Hello.
Hello. Right, so my name's Olivia. I work at Evans Marshall Financial Solutions in the paraplanning area. And Sarah Bartholomeusz, you are the principal, CEO and founder of You Legal.
I am.
Which is an award-winning law firm.
It is.
You are a mother, a successful author, winner of many accolades, and now you're a host of your very own podcast show.
I am.
Is there anything you can't do?
Oh, I did not know how to answer that. I can't fly an aeroplane.
Oh, there we go. Neither can I. Anything else?
I think what's more interesting is like knowing that area of the possibility circle where you don't know what you don't know you can do.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think one thing about doing this podcast that's been really interesting is it really brings up the imposter syndrome. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Can you explain it?
Well, I feel like you would do a better job of explaining it per se, but what imposter syndrome is, it kind of, is it where you almost, no, maybe you could be...
Like, who am I to post a podcast?
Okay.
And the same thing comes up when I write books as well. Like, who am I to write a book about governance? And I think it happens a lot and it stops people from doing things.
Yeah.
And so one thing I found in doing this is going past the imposter syndrome has been a huge challenge for me. I've got 25 episodes I've pre-recorded and we're finally launching today. So if that shows you, I've been wanting to do this for such a long time and I'm finally doing it today.
That's a much more articulate response for imposter syndrome than I'd have for myself, but thank you. Alrighty, so speaking of your podcast, which is the reason for our chat today.
Yes.
As it's launch day.
Yay.
It's been very exciting to follow your countdown on social media. So tell me about Accountants on Purpose and the inspiration behind it.
So Accountants on Purpose is the podcast. I'm interviewing leaders from the accounting profession about what they do for their teams, their clients and the world. And it's been just a great journey to be able to interview a whole bunch of people and find out their story, and everyone's got something that they want to share with the world. Accountants I thought there's this great opportunity for junior accountants to hear from seniors in their profession. And I remember as a junior lawyer, just really, I worked in a big firm, and so there's lots of lawyers within that firm that I could reach out to find out about how they got to the top of their game. But hearing from people outside my firm wasn't something I could do easily, and this podcast makes it super easy for people at all levels of the profession and people who are interested in business as well.
That sounds great. Having been formerly a junior accountant, I think that it's a really important thing you're doing, and I think that it's also not something that's often come across in such an easy manner. So I think that's very good.
Thank you.
So being a lawyer, how did you come to the realisation that you wanted to focus on accountants?
Accountants are the main way that we get new matters, so it seemed like a community that I wanted. They support You Legal so much. It's a community that I want to support and hero as well, which the funny thing is accountants don't love interviewing people and they don't love being interviewed. So just getting them to go through the imposter syndrome and get out of their comfort zone too has been a challenge.
True. It's a worthwhile experience nonetheless.
Well, you're a natural.
No, I don't know about that. Speaking of naturals, you're a natural at hosting, it seems.
Okay.
Do you feel like it naturally comes comes natural to you?
I don't really. I feel like I've had quite a lot of practice now because I've been doing these for the last few months practicing, but it's I do have to read the questions, and I don't just have the next question in my mind necessarily. So I think it's something I'm getting better at.
Sure.
And I'm willing to throw myself into the public and learn on the job.
That's very brave. So are you surprised by how much is involved?
I have been really surprised in how much is involved. About 150 days ago, my team gave me a 90-day goal to launch a podcast. And it's taken obviously a fair bit longer, almost a whole nother quarter. And there's people who have to do the art, there's people who have to do the social media posts, there's somebody who uploads them to all the different podcast channels. We also do video, so there's the video side that's getting the little words on the bottom of the screen, communicating with guests, all those things. So yes, there's a lot involved. If you are thinking about launching a podcast, it's not for the faint-hearted.
It doesn't sound like it. So speaking of your upcoming podcast, I'd love to hear an example of, say, an inspirational story that we'll get to hear.
Oh, there was lots of them. So today, 4 more episodes will drop. There'll be 6 episodes, 7 altogether, along with episode 0, which explains why we're doing this. And there's some great stories within those episodes which will be downloadable today. One accountant who's a partner at a firm bakes bread for his whole team every single day.
Oh, wow.
So the office smells like a cafe, and that sounds like somewhere I'd like to go. But it's ready by lunchtime, and everyone just breaks bread together, literally. There was another accountant that I interviewed at the Business for Doctors conference, Murray, who talked about his trip to Machu Picchu, which was a life-changing experience for him, and that was just beautiful. Matthew from Brentnell's SA talked about the music that he liked, and he was talking about Bruce Springsteen and his song 1 + 1 = 3, and about how working in the accounting field that he just loves making magic for his clients, and that's what that song means to him. So there's a few nuggets in there.
Sure, it sounds like there's going to be lots of nice stories coming out.
Yeah.
I like that bread one in particular.
The bread one's good.
It'd be good for workplace culture, that nice smell coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Although he just gets hungry, I think.
I know, if you'd have to be eating some carbs. So what can your audience expect from your show, and what do you think they'll take away from listening in?
Hopefully some inspiration. It's Accountants on Purpose. We want to reach people who have a purpose that's higher than profit in their life, and they want to give back and help the world and people around them in a way that's not just related to money. So hopefully a higher purpose, and hearing from other people about how they go about doing that.
Yeah, sure. Oh, it sounds great. All right, so very importantly, when will each episode be available for download, and how will you find
that? Is very important. So whichever podcast app you use, it should be there now, and we're on YouTube as well. They'll be uploaded about 5 o'clock in the morning Adelaide time on Tuesdays. So next episode will be next Tuesday.
Oh, it's very exciting. Make sure that everyone listens in.
So it's ready for your morning commute.
Oh, amazing.
I know. So convenient.
Yes. Okie dokie. And so finally, is there any other hidden talents that we don't know about?
Oh, I wish I could say I was good at knitting or cooking or...
Got something? You were training for a marathon.
I did do a half marathon.
There you go. For me, that's very talented.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
I'm not doing another one anytime soon. It's like ticked off the list of things to do.
Yeah.
But I'm in a choir.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You were at the Fringe, weren't you?
Yes, I did perform at the Fringe in a choir, a group of a very large number of people, not on my own. So maybe that's the answer.
Maybe can we expect a solo performance coming up?
No. You can't.
Right.
Not that I'm aware
I
of.
might challenge you then.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Christmas carols.
Sure.
There you go.
Got a few months to get practicing.
That's it.
That's it.
Thanks for tuning in today. The podcast is officially launched. Thank you to Olivia for agreeing to interview me.
My pleasure.
Let me know what you think in the comments.